Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. You are watching Learn Microbiology and today our topic is radioimmunoassay. So topic is radioimmunoassay. Radioimmunoassay is basically composed of three words. If we clear up these three words, we'll find radioimmunoassay. Radio means use of radioactive materials. Immuno means antigen antibody binding theory and assay means detection of compounds. So it basically means we are going to detect compounds using radioactive materials with the theory which is antigen antibody binding theory. So what is the history behind this? The history behind this technique was introduced in 1959 by Roselle Yellow and Solomon Burson while they were detecting insulin in human blood. For the very first time, it was represented that hormone levels in the blood can be determined by in vitro assay. And these are the pictures of Rosalind Yellow and Solomon Burson. So radioimmunoassay, as you can see in the picture, antigen recognition by antibody. This is the complex formation of antigen and antibody. It is an in vitro technique in which antigen antibody interaction is seen. It is used to determine antigen concentration in the sample. The principle of RIA. The principle of RIA is quite simple. The basic principle of RIA is that we determine the radioactivity of antigen antibody complex. The fundamental concept of RIA is the competitive binding between a labeled and unlabeled antigen and with antibody which is already present in the sample. When unlabeled antigen binds with the antibody, so the radioactivity of the antigen antibody complex decreases, increasing the number of labeled antigen or tracer. So we will just determine or measure the radioactivity rather than the chemical analysis of that sample. Here is the procedure of RIA. So we are going to add buffers in the tube in the very first step. In the second step, add a known amount of unlabeled antigen to the mixture. These compete for the binding sites of the antibodies. They are going to compete with unlabeled antigen. Add radioactive antigen to the mixture. In the fourth step, add fixed amount of antibody to the tubes. In the fifth step, a radioactive antigen is displaced from the antibody molecules by the unlabeled antigen. Precipitate are going to be formed of antigen antibody complexes. And in the sixth step, the antibody bound antigen is separated from the free antigen. In the supernatant fluid and the radioactivity of each is measured. These are the pictures of the machines which are used in the radioimmunoassay. Applications of RIA are quite simple. Like radioimmunoassay can be used to detect substances like hormones, vitamins, serum proteins, infective agents, and drugs in the sample. Advantages of RIA. Advantages of RIA. The RIA reactions are highly specific. Immune reactions are specific as we all know. The greater the specificity of the antiserum, greater the specificity of the assay. High sensitivity. Immune reactions are sensitive using antibodies of high affinity. It is possible to detect a few picograms of antigen in the tube and they are very accurate and very precise reactions. What are the disadvantages of RIA? So disadvantages of RIA, radiation hazards. Using as we are using a radio labeled reagents, so we require specially trained persons and the lab require a license for the handling of radioactive materials and we also need special arrangement for the storage and disposal of radioactive materials.